Hello, everybody. We are super glad to see you today. Oh, and I was just saying, we're going to wait one more second for Doll, and there she popped right up as though by magic. So, hi, we're super happy to see all of you today. I'm Lisa Daly. Welcome if you have not been here before, although I'm looking at the comments and it looks like we have lots of folks who have been here before, so that is awesome. Anyway, let's do a quick round to introduce ourselves and then we will get to the writing. So let's start with you, Sako. Do you want to tell us a little bit about you and your channel?
Howdy neighbors, I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Cass Voight. I write horror and I'm a witch and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those three things. In fact, on October 22nd, Lisa Daly and I and BC Brown and Doll Cecil Runo, yay! We are talking about marketing for authors at 11 p.m. Eastern. So please to be dropping by. We would love to see you.
Definitely. I'm very excited about that because you guys know I love to talk about marketing. Love it, love it, love it. Story Detective is here. Tell us all about you.
Well, that's my channel, the Story Detective. And what am I again? Oh yeah, I was a graphic artist most of my life, working in the comic industry, and I took what I learned from sequential art and paired it with what I learned from writing, and found the joy of combining different storytelling elements. And that's what I do on my channel, putting it under a Sherlockian microscope and giving it to the viewers to make your craft journey a little easier. And my channel will be relaunching next Wednesday.
Hey. Yay! Oh my gosh. You know what you should do? You should do a premiere. Yeah, let's do a premiere because you've been gone for a little while. Although you guys should run over to, well, not run, but head on over to Robert's channel and catch up.
Go ahead and run.
Yeah, go ahead and run. You should catch up to on Robert's channel because his craft stuff is fantastic. Oop, I think we just lost Doll. I'm sure she'll be back. But yeah, you should totally do a premiere.
Yeah,
excited.
Yeah, as soon as I get it up, I'm going to get it up there so that it's advertised a little bit better and start talking about it on social media, because people probably think I'm just flatlined. Well, I have been for a while.
Dead, right? Robert is still alive tour. All right, fantastic. Welcome back, Doll. So Michelle, tell us a little about you and your channel.
All right, I'm Michelle Schusterman. I'm a middle grade young adult author, and my writing channel is Writing Workshops and Traditional Publishing Chat and Writing Vlogs.
Yay! So it's funny because Robert had just watched one of your older videos about villains, and he was really inspired. Your video, plus it's almost Halloween. I say almost. It's the beginning of October, but I'm always excited about it. So it's Halloween month. And so we're going to talk a little bit about villains today, what makes a good villain, what makes a bad villain, and all kinds of good stuff. This is a terrible transition. Speaking of non-villains, I wasn't. Anyway, Doll Cecil Runo, not a villain, is here. Doll, welcome.
Hi.
Tell everybody about you and your awesome channel.
Hello, everyone. I'm Doll Cecil Runo. I'm a partially blind writer for introspective readers. I write mostly sci-fi, but I explore genres in my short stories, and I do some poetry.
Oh, Doll, I think you've got a bad connection. You completely faded out. But
I will try to rest.
Okay, so you can find Doll in all her glory on social media, in particular on Instagram at Doll Cecil.
I will try to restart my computer and see if I can come back with a better.
Pop back in and out
or whatever
as needed.
You know where we'll be. That's right. All right, let's say hello to some of our friends in the chat. Hello, Sky. I'm very glad to see you. Very good. So excited to see you that I forgot to introduce myself. Hi, I'm Lisa Daly. I write romantic comedies and nonfiction, and I am traditionally published, but I am working on an indie published book right now, and I think I'm going to finish it today. Hopefully during this stream. We'll
Yay!
see. I'm not promising anything,
Yay!
but maybe. So, Sky, I am super glad to see you. It's DYA Rob. Hello. We are very glad to see you
Hi,
today. Claude is here. Hi, Claude.
Hi, Claude.
Very glad to see you. We have a nice little crowd today. Lena, hello.
Lena.
I'm so glad. I love her avatar. Like that, she looks like so like happy and awesome. I love it. I absolutely love it. Welcome, Lena. We're very glad to see you today. Shannon's here. Hey, Shannon. Glad to see you. All right, Cool Gamer is here. Hello. We are very glad you made it today. Min Ghost is here. Hello.
Hi, Min.
Hello. So I did not even put anything up on Facebook, so I'm very glad you guys all made it today. ADHD Writer is here. Hello. We're very glad to see you today. Debbie's here. We got a good crowd.
Hey.
Debbie. All right, you know who's not here is Joanne Ninja Hen to give me a hard time about saying we've got a good crowd today. That's one of my lazy expressions, but I'm always excited. We always do have a good crowd. Kibby's here. Hello, Kibby. I don't think that we have seen you before on the stream, but I'm super glad that you made it today. Yay, love that. Welcome. We're very excited to have you. JC is here. Hello, JC. Sorry, I just had like this realization that I kind of matched the titling. It's a little bit weird. Okay, JC, I'm very glad that you made it today. Tina's here. Hey, Tina, we're glad to see you. Oh my gosh, we got a lot of comments. Annuel is here. Very nice to see you. Love that. Fantastic. Theo Savvy's here. Hi, Daily Psycho Detective Bat Sith Dulcedo Schusterman. Carrow is back on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. It was a blast yesterday. I know. I feel really bad because I didn't see it until after it was over. But I'm super, super glad that she was back. So it's always like wonderful and awesome to hang out with Carrow. And I'm very sorry she could not be with us today. Christy is here. Hey, Christy, glad to see you today. Hello, MM Ward. Love you.
Mama Ward was interviewed by Barrett Laurie yesterday.
Wow.
And I haven't had the chance to watch it yet, but I am super hyped for it.
That's exciting. That's exciting. Can you throw up a link in and we'll put it in the chat. I think you're a wrench, but if you're not, you can put it in the private chat and I'll throw it up.
Okay, will do.
All right. Christy's here. Yes, right. I know. I'm so glad that you all made it today. Yay, Divine Doll, don't leave us. She'll be back. She always comes back. It's like like you always come home. All right. So MM Ward says the solar storms are glitching everyone this morning. Is that true? What does that mean?
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah. What does that mean for like, how it's supposed to sort of cause some cosmic disruption in the universe when there are solar storms? Is anybody feeling crazy, like howling at the moon or growing a third toe, 8th toe, 11th toe? You know what I'm trying to say. Okay. I'm off. I think I'm so like over excited about finishing this book today that my brain is glitching out, which is not a good sign. It's not a good indicator that I will be able to finish the book today. So we'll see how that goes. Sky says, so exciting. Marketing live streams and channel relaunch. I am here for it. Me too.
Awesome.
All right. Emma Ward says, hi to everybody. Annuel is going to start live streams this week. Very nice. Annuel, make sure that we know what time your live streams will be. Can you throw that up in the chat? And if you are not already subscribed to Annuel, be sure to go ahead and go over and do that. All right. Yay. Okay. Alice. Wait. Ailis.
Ailis?
Yes, Ailis is excited to be here. It is Ailis because she came, or he or they came to our came to our Boozy Planorama on Sunday. So I'm excited.
I'm so sorry I
Yeah.
missed it.
I know. So yeah. So anyway, yay. All right. Very glad you're here today. Emma Moore says we have like tons and tons of people. Sky says so many new faces to me and a lovely crowd. It is a lovely crowd, right? There we go. Emma Moore's gonna watch Carol's replay. There we go. Oh, you're welcome. All right, here we go. Here's a link to the video on solar weather. Oop, it didn't.
I think she doesn't have a wrench.
Doesn't have a wrench. All right. Well, I will rectify that since you're a regular. I will rectify that when we do our 5-minute sprint. I'm sorry, you guys. I really am like a little off today. Okay. Oh, there it is. JC's got it up. All right. Thank you.
That's
so much.
the interview.
Thank you so much, JC. Sky says I may have posted a vlog recently where I howled at the moon. I don't think it counts.
Nice.
It might count. Well, okay, so Doll is back. Yay!
Hopefully this time the connection is better.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
Yeah,
it does. It sounds much better. All right.
We will see.
Hopefully, fingers crossed. All right, Emma Moore's like, no. So you guys in the chat, what are you all working on today? Let us know. Let's go around the circle. We'll start with Doll this time. Doll, what are you working on today?
Editing chapter 15 of the sci-fi book.
Nice. Very exciting.
Awesome.
How about you, Michelle? What are you working on today?
I am hopefully finishing an outline for a client today.
Yay. All right. Fantastic. How about you, Story Detective?
I'm working on some video scripts and going to be filming them in the next day or so. To get things rolling next Wednesday. And this should be at least a 3-part series, and that'll go through Preptober and hopefully get everybody off on the right foot.
I hope so. I think that is awesome. Sako, what are you working on today?
I'm working on Preptober stuff.
Yay! How many people, you guys let us know in the chat since we've got some new folks. So tell us what you're working on today and also whether or not you are planning on doing Nano this year. I'm going to be working on the nonfiction book that I have been working on for the last several weeks, and I'm super excited about that. I am going to be doing Nano this year, but I'm doing a nonfiction Nano project.
Hey, that's not a bad thing.
No, exactly. So I am.
That should go real fast.
I would think so. So I'm not writing. And honestly, I've been, you guys know I'm on a quest to increase my word count to 5,000 words a day by the end of the year. Michelle's like, what is this magic? No. Carol's like, oh, just 5,000? No. So
like every day doing 5,000?
Yeah. So
holy moly.
I know. Well, here's the thing. I had really struggled. Like I used to put up 3,000 a day, like very consistently every day.
Okay.
And then during the last couple of years, I had days where I could not get like 500 words. And so my goal for one of my big 2021 goals for this year was to get my writing speed back up, and 5K has been kind of a goal for a long time. So I plotted out a little plan. I'm actually going to do a video about this later. I plotted out a plan to make it happen, and I am on track. So I'm very excited about that. So,
I should do Nano. I wasn't going to because I'm working on existing manuscripts. But if I start counting from whenever I start and try to reach my goal of 50,000 or whatever, I'm sure I can use it as a boost.
Yes.
I don't do Nano anymore because I have my own writing rhythm, and my average word count is like 2,000.
That's great. Nice. That's great, Doll. That's amazing. That's phenomenal.
When I am on a normal day, when I'm sick, barely
hell yeah,
1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, even that can feel like a stretch some days for sure. I mean, yeah, it can.
Yeah.
I have had plenty of days where I could not get to 1,000 in the last year and a half, 2 years. Okay, so MM Ward says I'm waiting till Friday to post her next video. Hold my coffee 2021 because I'm getting baby chicks this week. Oh,
Cool.
all right. MM Ward is working on Spartan Chimera, needs 3K. Fantastic. DYA Rob, trying to get into a writing mood. I feel you there. Christy will be working on the outline of the third book in my crime fiction trilogy. Love, love, love that. We'll be doing the first draft for Nano. Yay.
Yes.
Sky's going to be answering YouTube comments because she's 2 weeks behind after being sick and incapacitated. I'm sorry you have not felt well. Then a fun writing project. Emma Ward says 5K a day is awesome. You could do. Oh, thank you so much. We'll see. I'll let you know. All right. Shannon is working on a cozy mystery reader magnet today, trying to finish it up. I'll be doing Nano this year, working on paranormal cozy, second book in a series.
That's what I'm working on, is a paranormal cozy.
That is awesome. I literally just read something. I don't remember where, but it was from a reputable source. And it was about how cozy mysteries are having this huge surge right now.
Oh, really?
Yep. So if you are a cozy mystery writer, Tamara, then yeah, get those books. Get books
on
out.
it. Yeah.
That's right. Get those books out right now. Okay. JC's still working on it. Needs coffee. Got it.
It needs coffee.
CEO Savvy is binging videos.
Enneagram.
Which is great psychology cheat sheet for understanding my characters and writing them better. Very nice.
Super fun.
Sky likes to get 3K a day on writing days. Need to be kinder to myself about health days. Yes. Not officially doing Nano, but writing every day. Fantastic. Cool. All right, Lena's working on self-edit. Yeah, you too. Right? And that's good. I mean, the thing about Nano is that it gives you a great community, but you don't have to, do 1,600 every day. You don't have to do this. You can kind of make it work for you. Lena, working on self-edits for book 1. Goal is to finish at least 1 chapter today. Lena is doing Nano this year. We'll be drafting book 2. Cool. Debbie's doing penciling a page for my comic. Yay.
Awesome.
Alice working on the rewrite of my first urban fantasy series. Yay! Congratulations. That is awesome. Sky. Oh, yeah, that's a great idea. Absolutely. Okay. And JC also needs to do that today, too. All right, you guys. Well, let's get started and get ourselves warmed up with a 5-minute sprint. And then we will come back and we will do a little chit chat and we will do our blah, blah, blah. We will do our 20-minute sprints. But today we're going to talk about something kind of cool, which I think I mentioned earlier, and that is villains. How do you write a good villain? What makes a bad villain? What's hard? What's easy about writing villains? We're gonna talk about it all. All right, so here we go. I'll start us off. I think we'll ask Doll, who always gives us a good pep talk on our way to the 20-minute, but I'll go ahead and start us off today. So 5-minute timer up on the board today, and we are going to get our documents up.
Is being a monster.
It is. So I think we'll just tag team it today, Doll. Anyway, so we're going to get our first warm-up sprint going. We've got 5 minutes on the clock, and we're going to get started in 3, 2, 1. Quick sprint. All right, here we go. So, how did everybody do?
Pretty good.
Not much.
Yeah. Not much. All right. I did get my document open, and I did post on Facebook, so that's good.
Same. That's what I did.
So to let everybody know that we're rolling today. Yeah. Okay. Cool. So fantastic. How did you guys do? Look who's here, BC Brown. Hello.
IBC.
He's working on an OBS overlays for a new client. What is OBS? I feel like I should know that.
It's a
Another thing
streaming,
like StreamYard.
It's a streaming service. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Is that me or everybody? Okay. Working hard Wednesday. Yes, absolutely. Very nice. BC Brown, how are you doing? We're glad to see you. Oh, StreamYard's giving me fits. Hold on here. Comments are stuck. Oh, there we go. Walter's here. Hello, Walter. We're very glad to see you today. Walter, what are you going to be working on today? BC is trying to crank out designs for her clients so she can get back to work on Flambeau.
Yes.
We got lots
So
of.
close. We're
That's
so
right.
close to releasing. It's going to be great.
I'm so excited. That's going to be awesome. Judy Marcella is here. Very glad to see you. We're glad you made it. JC got her coffee. She's got her to-do list. She is ready to make it happen.
Yeah.
That's right. BC, love the interview yesterday with Barrett. Everybody's talking about that. There is a link in the chat, so you guys definitely want to go check that out. MM Ward's got document open, coffee acquired, kittens fed. I have my giant bottle of water, but you can see I'm still at 7 a.m., so I'm going to have to really
chug.
I have to really chug to get to 11 by the end.
Yeah,
DYA.
Writing doesn't happen until the kitties get fed.
That is true. That is absolutely true. DYA Rob doing a bit of research. Very nice. Sky answered some comments. Flambeau. Yes. All right. Very nice. Loved every second of it. That is absolutely fantastic. All right, you guys. I feel like we should get going with the 20, and then when we come back, we should do our little chit chat on villains today. Thank you, JC. JC put the link back up in the chat. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, JC. All right, you guys. So everybody good with that? 20 minutes on the clock, doing a little writing. Let's do
it before my Wi-Fi becomes a monster again. That's the villain of this stream is my Wi-Fi.
That is true. That is absolutely true. Let's do some writing today. All right, here we go. We got this up on the screen. I'm going to make it big. Oh, it's just going without us. All right, doll.
Let's do this.
We're ready for our pep talk, doll.
All right, my darlings. Even if your Wi-Fi is crap like mine, even if your machine struggles against you like mine, even if a bunch of things are happening around you like it's happening to me right now, don't worry. We are here for you, and you are here to write. And we have 20 minutes on the clock. We are ready to go in 3, 2, and 1, and sprint.
I'm talking without turning my mic back on. Okay. As is my way, as we all know. Yeah, how'd everybody do on that last one?
We're back.
Yay.
Very good.
Awesome.
I think it went better.
Yeah? Good. All right, fantastic. Very nice. I got so Scrivener does this awesome thing where when you make your word count for the day, like your word count goal that you put in for the day, it goes ding. And it's also true when you hit your manuscript goal. So while I have not hit my word count goal for the day because we did just get started, I did hit my manuscript goal in that last one, right? And I just finishing it up and I heard that little ding and I'm like, wait, there's no way I wrote 2,700 words today. Like what? But yeah, it was the manuscript goal.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm so close. Okay.
Wow.
I know, I'm such a nerd. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's go around. Sako, how'd you do?
I did wonderfully. I started with the snowflake method. So I can like make some notes about like what's going on, and now I'm filling out my beat sheet.
Love that, love that, love that. How about you, Story Detective?
I am summarizing a checklist at the end of my video. Then I need to go back through and edit a bit. I have some waste at the beginning when I was trying to find my way because it's been a little bit since I've done one of these. But I think it's a pretty effective script so far.
Nice. Very good job. How about you, Michelle? How'd you do?
Awesome. 627 words about 2 scenes in my outline.
Nice. Very, very nice. Good job. Doll, how about you? How'd you do?
I decided that I'm going to post something on Patreon and as a work in progress Wednesday. So if you are part of Patreon, then stay tuned because it's coming in a few minutes.
Oh, you know what? Can I suggest a future topic for this live stream? What do you do with Patreon?
I am taking a risk with this post, and I am sharing the first 2 chapters of my work in progress novel. It's a draft. It's a draft, so they can see it. It's risky because if you wanna, is this self-publishing? Question mark.
Interesting.
But you know, I'm gonna take the risk. Maybe I will make it temporary. Maybe by the end of the month, I delete this post. Could be. I mean, I can take something like that.
Yeah. So it's funny. When I went to the NINC conference last week, which I may have mentioned 700 or 800 times, there was a gentleman there who is an indie author who's cranking out books like there's no tomorrow. And he said that every month for his Patreon folks, he posts a short story for 30 days, and you can read it if you're one of his followers on Patreon or his patrons on Patreon. But then after 30 days, he takes it down. And then if you want it, you have to buy it on Amazon. So if you're a patron, you get it first and you get it for 30 days and then that's it, which I thought was a really interesting strategy because they're, his patrons are getting the love. I would love this. And you know what, you guys, we have not done a promo stream in a while. We used to always do that the first Wednesday of the month. And we kind of got out of that once we started streaming on Mondays for a while. So let's make Patreon our topic of our next promo stream, which will be our November stream.
Cool.
Our first stream in November. Wait, let me look at my calendar and I'll tell you what day that will be. If anybody has any advice or expertise on Patreon, reach out. And we will, we'll get you on or cover it. Okay.
I don't do writing on Patreon. I did art.
All right. Okay. So that's good to know. Okay. So Wednesday the 3rd, we'll make Patreon how to start one, what you should put on it, our topic of the day. So, cool. All right, cool. All right. Fantastic. I forgot where I was. I talked to you, right? Sako, did you tell us how you did?
I
you don't remember either.
I did the snowflake method.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. All right, good. Did I cover everybody? I think I Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, good. All right. I hit my manuscript goal. I have not ended yet. Like haven't finished, haven't hit my word count, obviously. CO Savvy says she got a new water bottle that I would approve. It's pink, turquoise, and gold. I love it. Here's
Nice.
my giant water bottle, which I also love. I always feel like, well, I'm not going to tell you what I feel like. Okay, it says timer says do this now. Yes, exactly. My eldest almost ordered that one, but got the green to blue. That's my favorite one. I love that one the best. Okay, here we go. JC says it's my pleasure. Everybody should see that interview. And StreamYard jumped. Sorry about that. MM Ward has a cyber conspiracy theory. Beware of robot overlords. Writers everywhere. Bow down to the overlord and sprint. All right. Walter says he's almost finished working on A Thorn in My Flesh at this point, the infamous Lisa Daily self-help outline. Walter, it works. It works when you work it. Keep going, buddy. You got this. Okay, Mary Wimbley said she missed the first half of the stream. We're glad you made it, Mary. Trying to rearrange my desk area and it didn't work. Well,
Oh no.
it's good to try.
And it's up. I posted it.
Yay! Yay! Laura says, working the day job. This big movie is due on the 29th. Tight deadline. We're so glad you made it today, Laura. I'm so glad you're here. Sky finished her comments. Emma Ward got 211 words. Very, very nice. Let's see. Lena got chapter done. Yay! Next one is giving me grief. Oh. All right. Thank you, Sky. I appreciate it. JC's got some admin work happening, checking and answering emails, other miscellaneous things, all part of an author's day. Yay. BC got her overlays. Brand got for me. Yeah. Michael Chen is here. I got all excited, but his comment didn't pop up. Hi, Michael. We're very glad you made it today. And Morgan's here. Hello, Morgan. We're so glad you made it today. Very glad to see you. All right. Sky needs to figure out what to do with her Patreon, so she definitely be game for a stream about it. All right. We're going to do that. Yes. Thank you, MM Ward. November 3rd, we're going to go back to doing our promo streams, and our topic for the 3rd will be Patreon. How to do an author Patreon. All right. So anybody who has any expertise, reach out. I'll track down some folks, but yeah. All right. BC. Okay. Shannon got 343 words. Nice job. Very good work. You can do it.
The only thing that I realistically can do on a regular basis for Patreon is writing. Because I mean, I'm blind. What art am I gonna do? What am I gonna do extra? I'm a writer. I write. That's what I'm gonna do.
And that's what that's what your patrons are there for. So I think that's perfectly awesome. Many people, myself included, cannot draw. But if you can, Robert, then you have some, you have an advantage, I would think there. So JC says, I'm a coffee person. Oh, coffee, not Kofi. I'm a dork. Coffee person. I'm trying to work on creating membership tiers for that soon. Ooh, that is fantastic.
I was thinking of offering formatting on Coffee.
I have a Coffee page, but I don't do much. I don't post there. That's like a tip jar if people want to not be a Patreon, but hey, there's a coffee for you.
Right.
That's what I have it for. I have it, like I said, and I explained that I have it as a tip jar, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't know what to do with Coffee because I don't pay for the Coffee thing that you can create memberships and stuff like that.
Right.
That's why I'm still on Patreon.
Well, so Coffee, I always think of it as kind of like more of a one-off, although I do know that they have like tiers. And and then I think with Patreon, people sort of anticipate that they're going to give you a little something every month. All right, so Laura has a good little piece of advice here. She says you can post flash fiction on Patreon or short poems. Shannon says she just set up her Patreon. That is fantastic. JC wishes she could draw, but she cannot. I'm with you. MM Ward also on Coffee. I can't believe I said Ko-fi when I first read it. I was like, what? JC said they now have tiers on coffee and they don't take any of the percentage of the money like Patreon does. Well, that sounds like a good deal. So on your coffee, when you're talking about having different tiers, do they automatically, like, is it recurring or no?
They can set it as a one-off or as a recurring monthly.
Interesting. That's fascinating. All right, so we'll talk about coffee too when we talk about that.
Yeah, please.
In
I don't know
November.
anything about this.
I'm fascinated by it. But the Horror Geek has a popular Patreon page, and he gets a lot of support for his channel, like a lot. Yeah, so that's a good thing. So and it's kind of crazy because, people always wondering, what do you give people? How much extra content should you create?
The thing with me and writing short stories is that once again, I'm a blind writer and I take a lot of time working on a piece. So am I going to stay focused on my sci-fi, or am I going to be cranking out short things every month? Or focus.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. So when he had surveyed his audience, and I don't want to get too much into this, when he surveyed his YouTube audience and said, what kind of like perks do you guys want? The overwhelming number of people just wanted to support the channel. So he doesn't do anything. He just occasionally he'll post stuff from like behind the scenes. Often there are pictures of, Odin and things like that. Or he'll say, hey, I've got this coming up. But he doesn't, there's no extra content. He's like, they're supporting the channel and that's the content. And so, yeah, I find that kind of interesting. I think in writer world, it's kind of a little bit different, but I am pretty fascinated by this topic.
It is.
All right.
We need to figure a way to, as we said before, branch out and beyond AuthorTube. We're a group of writers, whereas horror, there's a lot of fans. And there's fans of writing, but those are writers that come in. It's a little bit of a different bubble, so it's harder to break free.
Yeah. I would agree with that for sure. I would definitely agree. All right. Well, we're going to talk about that on the 3rd. That is going to be a great topic for us. Bye, Kibby. Thank you so much for being here today. We're super glad that you made it, and I hope you were very productive today. Okay. Let's talk a little bit about villains before we go back to the writing.
Sounds good.
Yeah. So, Robert, this was your idea. Why don't you kick us off here?
Well, my basic idea after watching Michelle's video is I just had this thought that so many people that I've talked to have trouble relating to villains. And Michelle said she related too much, but in a good way.
I'm very connected to my villain.
So that's important, but I don't know how to explain it to everybody in a way that they could understand. So I came up with this idea talking to Dal, and we had this idea where we related one villain or bad person to Frankenstein. So I'm dubbing this the Frankenstein moment. If you have a Frankenstein moment where you realize your monster of a villain has that sad monster underneath, even if it doesn't make it into your manuscript, I think you can write the villain more realistic. And you get to that point where the average person or your hero, faced with everything that they've done wrong and realizing that they've done wrong, probably just break down into tears.
I have my Frankenstein moment.
Yeah. Your villain just doubles down and moves on, and it's almost more sad. They become more vulnerable in that moment because they can't accept what they've done. And if you can get that moment where they have the you understand the sad monster that's beneath what they became, and they're not just pure evil, which is something I hear a lot. Oh, my villain was born evil. Oh, he's just pure evil. And oh, he's so bad, that it gives me goosebumps to write him, kind of thing. And it's like, well, that's a good thing, but you should understand why. Like mythology.
Exactly.
Right. Well, and the other thing is that if you think about this, what you just said about how your villain, you have this sort of sad Frankenstein underneath, and that your villain just sort of presses forward with their agenda. It's actually the same, it's a mirror to what the hero does, right? The
Mhm.
hero also, against all odds, presses forward, right? And this is an
Yeah.
admirable quality when we're
Yeah.
talking about a hero, but when we're talking about a villain, like they won't stop. They're relentless. And I love that,
Yep.
Michelle, coming back to you, talking about how you really connected with the villain.
Mhm.
I love stories like that. I don't remember if we talked about it here, but
That's Michelle's video. I think it's from some months ago.
Yeah.
I watched that video and I was like, yeah, that's basically Danger.
Yeah, yeah. And
Yeah.
I do love a villain that you like. I love a complicated villain. I
Yeah.
love, right?
Just say, I mean, I'm not the only one. I think a lot of people went through this. When I saw Black Panther in the theaters when it came out, I remember at some point sitting there and being like, wow, this is the first time I have watched any superhero movie where I
Yes.
kind of want the villain to win. Like almost, I don't, but I do. Like they're always so, they have some tragic thing that they went through that kind of gets your sympathy, but ultimately they're evil.
They're just
And
bad.
you're like rooting for the good guy, but in Black Panther it was like,
I went that route with my short story where basically, to spoil it all for you, for those who have not read it yet, I'm sorry, but basically the villain wins. And then the theme of the story is like, is the villain really a villain after all? It's like you end up questioning yourself, like, did I misunderstand the beginning? Is this really a villain or is this something else? Or so I went that route with my short story, but I know it's not very common, but it was something I had to put out. It was something I had to do. So
I think that it can be really, really relatable. And I also just the idea of when, you don't necessarily have to be the villain. I think Emily Giffen did a really nice job, if either of you guys read or watched the film of Something Borrowed, where you're rooting for the person to steal her best friend's fiance the whole book. And then in the next book called Something New, now you're rooting for the character that you hated in the previous book. Like it's really hard to do that, but she did it really, really well. All right, let's take some comments. MM says seeing the villain's motivation makes them that more readable. Absolutely, totally agree with that. I think the best villains are the ones you understand why they're doing what they are, but they're going about it legally wrong.
No one thinks they're the villain.
No, right? We're all the hero in our own.
We're all the hero of our own story.
I had an old video when I first started my channel on villains, and it said the same thing you said, Lisa, where a hero you look at as being determined, and a villain is like, just the opposite. They do the same things, but for the exact opposite reasons, and we feel differently about them.
Right.
And the things that the villain does, if the hero did it, we'd be cheering them on. But with the villain, we're like, no, because we know the end result is going to be something that they're not going to do for, it's more the end justifies the means rather than coming to any sort of thinking about others. They just think about themselves. But they've been through all that. It's like Loki or Darth Vader. You see within their structure of the story that they've been through such hell and such torture and all of that interior monologue. Instead of overcoming it, they just hit event on event.
I have a comment about this that you mentioned Darth Vader. I have my Frankenstein moment. I have my villain Frankenstein moment, but it's not happening in book one because hello, this is a trilogy. I cannot put everything I have in book one. I'm sorry. I know people comment like, oh, but you should do this and you should do that and you should trilogy. I have other things coming. Patience. So what I did is book one is like I wouldn't say it's a setup because no, it can stand on its own, but there are some things left for the future of the story, and the Frankenstein moment where the villain, like when you start to understand why this man is the piece of crap that he is, because I feel polluted every time I have to write anything where she shows up in a scene. I'm like, but yeah, it's just disgusting. But in book two, you get to hear his own words. Oh, you think it's so difficult for you. You don't know where I come from. And then he starts like, doing all the, oh, poor me thing. You think you're miserable. I am more miserable than you, blah, blah, blah. But that's book two. That doesn't fit in book one.
Well,
All right, let's take some comments. BC says relatable villains very important to stories. The fact that they show human emotions and consciences makes us secretly root for them, which adds complexity to the story's emotional gravitas. Totally agree with that. And I will confess, I love Loki, and I also really loved. Speaking of superhero movies, I also really loved WandaVision, which I don't want to tell what happens if anybody has not seen it. You should, though. It's really good.
It was good. Yeah.
It was extraordinarily well done. But you have a character who, well, I don't want to tell. Anyway, there's a great turn in that show, and I was like completely there for it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
JC says she doesn't like writing the villain particularly, but when reading a villain, I like one with some moral ambiguity that makes me almost have empathy for them. Right? It's so much more complex. I love that. Medusa, MM Ward says Medusa is a good mythological monster who was
Yes.
once very good. She was punished by her goddess because she was attacked by another god, cursed and isolated, and she went mad for it all. This is why we need to listen to victim. No. Okay. So true, though. Okay, so MM Ward says, I love it when a villain accepts their villainy because they can't see any other way to reach their goal, or there's a reward they can only get for being evil.
Yeah, because
But-
everything they did when they were trying to be good just never
Failed.
manifested in any kind of turnover to where there was a breakthrough with it. Like I said, it was beaten down too much. And Darth Vader in the first movie, there's nothing to root for. He's just a monster. You don't see his backstory until much later on. It's a big
Exactly.
story. It builds.
Mhm.
Also, another point, as I was going through some books and openings that we were talking about before, when some people were criticizing Dal for not introducing her hero's name or something right in the first page. And then I'm looking at Harry Potter, the first book that inspired 80% of AuthorTube, and we don't even see him until, like, he's not part of the story until pages later.
Yeah.
The
Right.
circumstances
Yeah.
happening surround him, but we don't see him right away.
Yeah.
You don't have to name your hero's name. There's a great book called Endings from an author who's been around for a while named Linda L. Richards, and that book was just optioned, soon to be on a television screen near you. But she has her main character has been through this terrible tragedy and a number of terrible tragedies, and she comes out of it as an assassin. She becomes a hit woman, sort of for revenge, but you never know her name. She's this unnamed assassin.
Love it.
Yeah,
Love
which
it.
I really love. Really, she's really just deft in her writing. She does a
I think
fantastic
that
job.
I think a lot of this. Oh, you should put the name the first 500 words, and you should do this. You should. We are sticking too much to basic rules that we should, and instead of listening to our story and how it progresses and why we do the things that we are doing, and
Mhm.
that's what something I always discuss with my mom, and that she always reminds me of, because it's like, I understand that everyone on your writing community wants to teach everybody how to write a book. I get it. It's great, but you have to listen to your own feelings. You cannot just follow everyone else's instructions all the time. You have to listen to your story and understand why you are doing certain things. So
Right.
this has always been like, if you don't want to tell your character's name until the other characters comes into the picture and is like, hi, and tells the name like it's nothing, because that's the whole point, then do that, because you understand why you are doing it. Like, don't let people push you tell the story you don't want to tell.
Yeah, it does help. Knowing the name of the character does help the reader sort of ground, who the character is in the beginning of the story.
I get it. Sure.
However, if you have a good reason to do what you're doing, then you should do it. That's like any rule of writing, right? If you have a good reason to do it and it enhances the story to do what is different than common knowledge, then you should do that. You're absolutely right. You should be true to the story first. Mint Ghost loves a gray villain. Also really super evil, unredeemable characters too. BC loves Loki too. I love Loki.
Loki is very
Loki.
interesting.
I know. He's a good example of a villain with a reasonable reasons and a past. Also shows redeeming moments. Same with WandaVision. Absolutely true. Michael CB Chen has a light read, poolside book, War and Peace, and scandalous, a self-centered rascal of a character named Anatoly. Tolstoy writes him so well that you want to strangle him. That is the truth. It's been a really long time since I read War and Peace, and I will tell you, I did not enjoy it at the time, and I have not gone back to it. I probably should. All right.
Areas with Loki, if you think about it, would he have been a villain if not for Thor and Odin? And would Thor be Thor if not for Loki? He wouldn't have his hammer, that's for sure.
Did you see the What If where?
Yes.
Yeah. So
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
All right. Be a spoiled brat.
Thank you, Bonnie. Thank you very much. Very good. M.M. Ward says, I love writing a villain who does everything opposite anything a decent person would do, but has such a good public face that they barely get their come up, if at all. I thought, oh my gosh, what was his name? Vincent somebody, God, I cannot remember his name, does a great job of that in Daredevil, where he plays like this evil character, but he also has this like sweetness to him that it was really, really well done. I don't know how he ended up like all Marvel today, but it's good. All right, there we go. BC says, learn the rules like a pro so you can break them like an artist. Very, very true. All right, with that, it is time for us to be artists, and we are going to go into another sprint. I got to get a book done today, you guys. All right. All right, here we go. Who's ready to write? This was a really good topic. Thank you very much for bringing it up. Thanks for the video, Michelle. Thanks for bringing up the idea, Robert. All right, here we go, you guys. I will take us out on this one, and then we'll let Doll do the last one. So here we go. We're going to get our little fingers rolling. We're going to get our brains back in story mode now that we've had a good chit chat about villains. And we are going to make those words happen. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, sprint. Hey, very nice. Hold on, let me just stop this little screen there. All right. That shocked me when that was over. I think I still have people that I've silenced. All right, there we go. That went by super fast.
Yeah, it
Oh
did.
my gosh.
Holy
Yeah.
crap.
I'm so excited though. I am coming. I'm like
Ah.
so close.
That was way too fast for me. I was listening to a song and then I heard
Yeah.
everything else and I was like, no, it's over.
I know. I know. It went by really, really, really fast. So Heather's here. Look at
Hi,
that. Let me get
Heather.
rid
Hi,
of this
Heather.
banner off. Hold on just a second. Hello. We are very glad to see you today. I don't know where I'm going. Okay. Hello. Walter said he believes the best villain is one who can go to the highest darkness within themselves but see the deepest light within oneself. Deep, Walter. All right. Mary says, I just got the desk set up the way I wanted. Yay. This is so much better. I can now have my laptop next to my desktop in a way that doesn't interfere with typing on either one. I have to say, I got this like weird scissor thing. We can put it a bunch of different ways. And I got it when I got my treadmill desk because I needed my monitor up higher, but I actually really like it for live streams because it, like, I have my keyboard down low, but my screen is up high, so my neck doesn't hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And yeah, I really love that. But it's funny because it has space underneath, which I hadn't really considered, and it really does make things nicer. So I'm interested to hear about your setup. Sako says yes. Mary's got a student. She's got to mute us. BC's got 2 finished overlays. Very nice.
Nice. I edited out a piece of visual description that didn't fit for the character. Hello, she's almost blind. Why is that there? Oh, someone suggested it, and I was like, yeah, okay, nice suggestion, but she's blind, so no.
So no. All right. Sky got 444. Yay. Spence is here.
Hi,
Hello,
Spence.
Spence. We're very glad to see you today. 319 for MM Ward. Very nice. I have not done my word count. I have not checked. I didn't check the first time. I just knew I in my thing. I'm so close to the end. Okay, CO Savvy says there is villain potential in all of us. Mine comes out when you take my ice cream. No shame.
No shame.
No shame.
Mine comes out when you mess up with my family. And this is this is real. You mess with my family, and I better not know where you live because it's gonna be dangerous.
I can get on board with that. Look at you, Ailis. 463, killing it today. Very, very nice. Awesome. You win the Carol Brown Award today. Good job. Very, very good job. All right. It's 12:38 Eastern time, which means we have 22 minutes left. And I feel
let's do another sprint.
Yeah, let's do it. Okay. So let me just grab our screen here. Doll, you can think of your pep talk while I'm doing that.
Yes.
Okay. Oop. And I'm going to rewind it.
Okay. Yeah. Rewind it.
All right. We're ready. Go ahead, Miss Doll.
All right, everyone. We are all ready, aren't we? We just came out of another sprint and we're getting right on track for the last sprint of this stream. So get your fingers on the keyboard. Are you ready to do this? Because I'm ready to do this. If you're not ready, well, we're going with or without you. So now we're going with you. You don't have to go alone. Come on. You're not alone now. Let's just do this in 3, 2, 1, sprint.
All right. Hold on.
Okay, that was perfect syncing. I
Nice.
finished what I was planning to do. I finished it right, beep, 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 right at the music.
Excellent. I finished 5 minutes early because I finished my book. Yay!
Awesome.
Thank you very
Brava. Brava.
I am very, very excited about that. Super excited. Like excited enough where I was just like, ooh, should I start editing? What am I doing? I want to
Ooh.
have a little celebration.
Nice.
I'm very excited. It is 1 o'clock and we should shut down. But you guys, how did everybody do?
Great.
Yeah?
Good.
Good.
Very good. I think you're frozen.
Thank
I
you. Glad to
see.
hear it. How did you type in the chat? Go. Oop.
You're good.
Am I frozen? Okay.
You were.
You
You're not
were
now.
for a moment.
It's a day. Mike's doing a stream in the other way. So yay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You guys are awesome. All right. BC got another overlay. Yay. Only
Nice.
yes. Da da da. That is awesome. You guys are fantastic. Ooh, Ailis says, I haven't written this much in ages. Thank you.
Yay.
Oh, Ailis, we're so glad you
Awesome.
made it. Very good. BC did great. Need to prep for 9 to 5. Thanks for the stream and have a cool day. You too, honey. All right, let's go ahead and shut this down. Oh, thank you, Sky. You guys are awesome.
I'll say my thing before my Wi-Fi starts to.
You go first, doll.
Yeah.
Go right ahead.
All right, so thank you so much for inviting me today. I had a good time and I edited a lot. I am Cecil Runo, a blog storyteller for introspective readers, also known as the Ace from Space. I write sci-fi, as you can tell from my branding, and my YouTube channel is soon coming back, but sporadic, not weekly videos, but I'll be back with some projects. Thank you for inviting me. If you want to have more interactions in the here and now, you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Cecil Runo.
Thank you so much, doll. Michelle.
Hi.
Hi. Tell us all about you.
I'm Michelle. I'm a middle grade and young adult author, and my YouTube channel is Writing Workshops, Traditional Publishing Chat, and Writing Vlogs.
Thank you so much
Thank
for being
you.
here today. Thank you. Story Detective.
My channel is The Story Detective, and we take all things story-oriented, put it under a Sherlockian microscope, and break it down for the viewers in hopes of making your craft journey easier. And I have a new video, the first in about a year now, coming up next Wednesday at noon. That's the 11th at 12 o'clock Eastern.
Yes. Marking my calendar right now. All right. The 11th.
It'll be the first of 3 Preptober videos. And they'll be focused on getting mainly the first quarter of your story launched well. And
oh, great.
With what's essentially a 3-part inciting incident, because everybody is focused on that one main inciting incident, but there's really 3, and they all need to build on one another in that first quarter.
Awesome!
That is true. Did you say the 11th at 11?
11th
at 12.
noon.
12. Oh, that's not as poetic as I hoped for. But I'll take it.
We will be still streaming when that video comes up.
Oh no. Maybe we'll have to take a break and watch it. Well, that'll probably be too long. Okay. Oh gosh, I didn't even think about that. Okay. That's
we can watch it after.
We can watch it after. That's what we'll do. We'll have our own little premiere. Okay.
Yeah.
Sako.
Howdy, neighbors. I'm Sako Toomey, also known as Boy. I write horror, and I'm a witch, and I'm a graphic designer, and sometimes I combine those 3 things. On October 22nd, Lisa Daly and Doll are going to join me and BC are going to join me on a talk for marketing for authors. Please bring a notebook. It's going to be a lot of information all at once.
So excited.
We'd love to see you.
Yay! All right, I'm super excited about that. I'm Lisa Daly, and I write rom-coms and nonfiction, and I just finished a book today. So thank you all so much for being here, and I'm so glad. I really was hoping that I could finish it on the stream, but I was not sure I was going to be able to. So thank you all for being here. I am like, you can tell my cheeks are hurting now. So, all right. Love you guys. You're awesome. Thank you all so much for being here today. And we will see you next Wednesday at 11 a.m. See you later.
Take
Bye,
care.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye.